Today I'm going to show you how to make a reusable bag out of an old pair of jeans. The materials needed for this project are very simple. You will need an old pair of jeans, fabric scissors, chalk to mark where you need to cut, and sewing materials such as needles and thread, or yarn for stronger seams. The needles I use are yarn darning needles, so they were thicker, making it easier to penetrate the fabric of the jeans. Some other materials you can use are fabric glue, paint, or decorations to personalize the bag. Most of these supplies can be found around the house or purchased from second-hand stores. To make this project, you first need to take an old pair of jeans and cut them right where the inseam begins. The top half of these jeans will become the main body of the bag. After cutting the top part of the jeans off, turn the jeans inside out and sew the bottom shut to create the bag portion. The stitch I used is called a blanket stitch and is simply done by threading the needle through the fabric and looping it inside the thread. I chose to quadruple the amount of threads that I used in order for the seam to be more sturdy. Next, use the leg sections of the jeans to create the handle. Cut off the cuffs and sew the pieces together if longer straps are needed for the bag. You're then going to sew the handles onto the waistband area of the jeans. With the leftover denim fabric from the legs, you can also create smaller tote bags or pouches by cutting the material into the shape of a bag and sewing the edges together. This allows for almost every part of the jeans to be reused with very little waste. The sewing process for my first bag took me around 4 hours. 2 hours for the bottom of the jeans for the actual bag part, and then since the fabric was so thick for the handles, like attaching it to the waistband, it took me 2 hours also because threading the needle through the denim was really hard to do. And for my smaller bag, it took me around 2 hours, I would say, because the fabric was much thinner and easier to deal with since it was the legs of the jeans. So threading the needle through the denim was a lot smoother. For all my stitching, I used the blanket stitch as I previously mentioned, which you can see on the connection of the handles to the waistband. Any leftover scraps of denim can also be used to decorate the bag, like how I use leftover parts of the legs to make little bows for my bigger bag. I wasn't able to film the process sewing the handles or me making the other small tote bag you see right next to my bag because the fabric was so thick and I had to focus on correctly stitching the fabric together. But this is the before and this is the after. What makes this project sustainable is that it focuses on upcycling instead of disposal. Producing one pair of jeans uses around 3,781 liters of water and releases about 33.4 kilograms of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere during production. In addition, the fashion industry contributes about 8 to 10% of global carbon emissions, and discarded clothing often ends up in landfills where synthetic fibers release microplastics into the environment. And as we learned, when these wastes are decomposed within the landfill, they release methane gas. The APES topics that I selected for my project are aligned with water conservation and waste management. By reusing old jeans, fewer new products need to be manufactured, which helps conserve water, reduce energy use, and lower carbon emissions connected to fast fashion production. It also reduces the amount of textile waste entering landfills. The reusability of the bag also allows for less plastic to be used. This DIY project helps solve sustainability issues because upcycling jeans keeps them out of the trash and gives them a second life. When less clothing is thrown away, there is less waste decomposing in landfills and producing methane gas, a powerful greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. Reusing denim also reduces the demand for newly manufactured products, which helps save natural resources and lowers pollution. This project connects to the idea act local, think global, because small actions taken by individuals can create larger environmental impacts over time. A single person repurposing old jeans at home may seem on the smaller side, but when many people choose to upcycle clothing instead of just throwing it away, it can help reduce textile waste, pollution, and overconsumption worldwide. By acting locally through simple, sustainable choices, Communities can contribute to a healthier global environment. And that's how you make a reusable bag out of jeans.